Hello, my name is Deb Coviello, and I have the privilege of speaking to amazing women of the USWCA circuit. And today I have the pleasure of speaking with Kim Susan. So, Kim, I so look forward to this conversation. Welcome to the conversation.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So, I would love for you, before we get into the circuit, I think it's so important. While a lot of people do know you, not so many people do know you. And I think it's important if you could share a little bit about yourself personally, how you got into curling, where do you curl out of, et cetera.
Absolutely. I've been curling for 10 years and I curl in Wausau, Wisconsin, as you said. Um, I started as a hockey mom who, when our kids got to be seniors in high school and we weren't going to the rink anymore, there were a group of people that were looking for something to do in the winter. Since we spent so much time in rinks, curling seemed to be kind of a natural fit. Um, in our city, the curling rink used to be right next to the hockey arenas. And so a bunch of people got together and said, we should try this curling thing. So we did. And a lot of us loved it, fell in love with it, fell in love with the sport, fell in love with the similar camaraderie to being a sport parent. And we've just continued on.
I hear that theme over and over again. It usually is, well, I'll try it. Somebody convinced me to do it. And then the next thing you know, it becomes a lifelong passion. I too was going to start when my husband started about 12, 13 years ago, but working with the son to try to get him into college. And once he was on his way, then I said, I have to do something for myself and my husband. So I tried curling, said, oh my, what did I get myself into? I keep falling. But then 12 years later, I am grateful to be curling and really enjoying the community of the USWCA.
Absolutely.
So let's just talk a little bit more because this is really a celebration of some of the work that the USWCA does in putting together the circuit and providing more opportunity, not only for women to curl in camaraderie, community, et cetera, and competitively, but also, we sponsor youth curling as well. But tell us a little bit more about your experience with the USWCA circuit. You've curled in some events. Tell us more about your experience there.
Sure. Um, I guess I started becoming a circuit member and doing circuit Bonspiels because of my skip. It was like, let's go to these Bonspiels. But we really want to be part of this circuit that will allow us to go to nationals and senior nationals. And I never thought I was that type of curler. But the more that I curled, the more I enjoyed Bonspieling and the competitiveness and the camaraderie of meeting new people and also seeing old friends who just happen to be in curling. Um, we've gone to a few national level Bonspiels and have had some success, and we've just enjoyed it very much.
What's really good about what you said there is that you don't necessarily have to go in with a competitive spirit. It's let's just do it because we know it's a well organized event. It is for women in curling, but if you want to, you can be competitive and also be able to compete at a national level. But anybody can jump on the circuit. You don't have to be an expert or a super athlete, but anybody can join just because of the community and the friendships that you talked about.
Yes, absolutely. That's been my experience. I am I guess I learned that there was that little competitiveness within me, and this is a great outlet for that.
Now, I'm curious. We just have a little feedback there. That's okay. That's why we do these things and we have a lot of fun with them. So I'm curious for you. I mean, Is there any differentiation that, like, if you were to attend a Bonspiel and you heard about a Bonspiel, would you ask the question if it's part of the circuit or not? I'm just wondering if there's a differentiation for you, a regular Bonspiel, a women's Bonspiel versus one on the circuit.
I might. We tend to just go to Bonspiels that happen to be on the circuit.
Mhm.
And then we also have a couple of favorites that we go to that might not be on the circuit. I mean, some years, some clubs are in and some are not. Some are, one Bonspiel in particular is a charitable one that supports something near and dear to probably every woman's heart, and that is breast cancer advocacy. And that one I would go to whether it was a circuit event or not. It's just a great thing to support.
Oh, but that's certainly we do. We have to go where we feel like we belong and we're supporting a cause and supporting other women in curling.
Exactly.
So, so I'm going to put you on the spot here. A favorite memory, something that was memorable on a personal level, a team level, or some other reason. What's a great memory that you have from being on the circuit?
Very first national event that I went to. Um, I I was so nervous to curl in this event because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's nationals. But it was the same as every other Bonspiel as far as the curling part. The um, celebrations of being at nationals, those kinds of things were very, very memorable. And we won the third event. So that was extra special for us.
I can share that memory. The thing about just dipping your toe into curling, that's challenge number one. Then two, making the decision, oh, we're going to go to a national event. Are we good enough? You know you are, but are you really good enough? And then I truly celebrate when you go to these events. I've been part of arena nationals before we had a dedicated club in Cincinnati. And just the pomp and circumstance and respect for the individual and the sport. If nothing else, regardless of how you perform, there's that uplifting experience of just celebrating the spirit of the sport.
Exactly. Exactly. It was a
And
blast.
and if you win or if you place, it's an added bonus, right?
Exactly. Yes, for sure.
So this is a great conversation, and I don't want to take too much more of your time. But if you had to have any last parting thoughts about, the value of, attending some of these circuit events, and you wanted to share and communicate with others, what would that be?
Oh, the people that I've met, the really kind souls, the competitive souls, the all around, I guess, diverse personalities that I've met have been just amazing for me. And I would never have been able to meet these kinds of people, enjoy this much fun, and have lifelong friends were it not for being part of this circuit group.
So, an amazing story. A little bit of feedback there. But anyway, I think your stories are amazing. I think that, while there is a bit of an investment to go to these Bonspiels and also to be a member of the circuit, what you talk about are the lasting memories, the impact that it has had on you, and certainly the collective community. It's certainly a great value and certainly memorable. Kim, I just want to thank you so much for your time and being part of this celebration of the circuit. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. Happy to be here.